Hey guys, okay, so it's been a very long time coming, a whole 10 days, but I finally got around to perfecting the recipe on our decadent chocolate chip cake. So we're going to start with 1 cup of almond meal, 1 cup of coconut flour, so half cup of tapioca flour, and 4 tablespoons of cacao powder. So this is what's going to make it nice and chocolatey. So maca powder, 2 teaspoons of this. So maca powder tastes kind of honey, like a honeycomb sort of flavour, but it also is super good with balancing your hormones. So I mean, double bonuses. So I put in 2 heaped tablespoons of that. And it kind of gives it more of a caramelly sort of taste. But because we need to make this really light and fluffy, we're going to add in 2 teaspoons, sorry, not tablespoons. So 1 and 2. Good. And then, as always, when you want to enhance a chocolate flavour, you often need to add salt. It really brings out the taste in your mouth. So I just got salt in a bag here, but I usually put in 1 really decent pinch, so that will do. So I think that's all for our dry ingredients for now. So, because it is more of a dense cake, we do need a few more eggs than usual to keep it nice and light and fluffy. So we're going to do 5 eggs. Half a cup of coconut oil. Usually it does come in a glass jar, but like I said, I measured out some of this prior just so I could get the ball rolling. Right, so I'm just going to mix that in together. Now, if your eggs were in the fridge like mine, where it can make the coconut oil solidify a little bit, but once you mix it all up and the eggs cool down and warm up a little bit, it'll be fine. So I'm just going to, again, mix that all together. And you can start, or I'll show you in a second, all the coconut oil starts to solidify a little bit. And that's purely just because the eggs obviously came out of the fridge and they were cold. And so was the almond milk. So it starts to clump together a little bit, but as we start to mix into the dry ingredients, it'll be fine. So pouring it in, pour it this way actually so you can see it. And those clumps, don't freak out, that's not almond milk. That is the solidified coconut oil. Then all we start to do is just mix all of that together. About 1/3 or 1/4 of a block of dark chocolate. Obviously, dark chocolate most of the time is vegan, but not always. So just make sure you check your packet if you are looking for a vegan option. The icing, super simple. So we're going to start with the sweetener in this one is going to be some dates. So you want about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 pitted dates into a bowl. Now, what you're going to do is put some boiling water. So I've just boiled some water, and you're going to put enough boiling water in just to cover them. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. And what it does is it really softens them up, and then you're going to get a fork in there later and mash it all up. We have protein powder. So this one is you could really use whatever, but this one's got a really good flavour to it. It's the raw Amazonia Paleo protein one. So that, I'm going to add about half this bag in. Again, we can always go in and add more icing. It's one of those things you can just play around with to get the right consistency. 2 tablespoons of cacao powder, and I'm going to put all that in because I want mine to be super chocolatey. All that in. Again, more salt because it's chocolate and we really want to bring that flavour out. Just another really decent pinch of salt in there. So we'll just start with a teaspoon, or like a heaped teaspoon, so 2 of those. Good. All you want to do is push them down and they'll feel that start to break up, so just don't let them get stuck. And what it'll also do is release the sugar into the water, so you're going to pour the water into the mixture as well, and that's going to act as your liquid. Pour that into the blender. liquid and dates. Make sure you get all of them in there. Should make it really nice and sweet. So again, start with that, pop the lid on, blend it up, and if you need to add anything else, we'll check that in a second. I've just pulled the cake out of the oven and it smells amazing. So I flipped it onto this plate just to obviously let it cool, and I've let it cool for about 10 minutes. I've got the icing here, which is all done from the blender, so it's a nice thick consistency. Right, anyway, I'm going to start icing it, so I just start layering it on, nice and thick, and this is where the spatula really comes in handy. I've tasted it, but this is the official taste test. Oh my god. That's all I can say. I need to go eat the whole thing.